Hello, grade 6. For your first video today, we're going to start with grammar like usual. It should be somewhat of a review, so it'll just be good practice. We're going to focus on information questions today. Let me share my screen with you and we'll get started. So information questions ask for more information. We don't know. Answer information questions with yes or no. We answer with the information that is asked, of course. So the question words always come at the beginning of the sentence. So this is not an information question. This is like a yes or no question. Did Sam come home late? Yes, he did. The information question would be something like this. We have all of our WH words. Why did Sam come home late? So we can't say yes or no to that. That would be very confusing if someone answered yes. If we ask why about something, right? You need to give the information. He came home late because he missed the bus. So if we have why, we always have because in our answer. Let's look at all of our options here. Like I said, we have all of our WH, what, where, when, why, and who. And then we also have how. That's our little bonus in there. So these are pretty self-explanatory. You guys know all of these. You know what all of them mean. So let's we don't need to talk too much about this box here, but you can refer to it if you need to, if you're trying to kind of fill in the blank and you're not sure which one to use. If we ask what, we usually answer with the thing. Where, we answer with the place. When, we answer with time. Why, we give our reason, and we usually or always have because in our answer. You don't always have to say the because, but it's kind of helpful. You could just say, if someone said, why do we sleep? You could just say, our bodies need to rest. But oftentimes we say because when we answer a why question. If we ask who, we answer with the person. If we ask how, it can either be a method, like if you're asking, how did you get here? How did you answer this question? The method would be your answer there by car, or I use the process of elimination to find the answer. I got rid of the answers I knew were wrong. That's a method. Or if we're asking about the state of something, how is the weather today? Our answer, it is sunny. Now, not a state like in the United States. A state means kind of like a condition. How are you feeling? I'm feeling okay. That's also a state. You're feeling okay. Okay, so you can refer back to this as you need, but this, like I said, is kind of a review, so it shouldn't be too difficult of a lesson for today. All right, so for part A, you need to choose and write the correct letters. So you have a bunch of information questions, and you need to figure out which answers would make the most sense. So if you have a where question, you're going to answer with a place. So which one of these is a place? I'm not going to do one of these because I think you should be able to figure all of these out, okay? Remember to see because, which one tells us that it's because, one of those WHs, right? Now, part B, complete the dialogues with the question words. So you have most of the question and you have the answer. You just need to choose which question word it will be. Why, what, who, when, how, and where. Got one of the WHs. Okay. Now let's look at the second box. We can ask more information questions by using how plus an adjective or adverb. So how asks for the measurements such as height, length, or age by using adjectives or adverbs. How tall, how high, how old, how far, how long, how often, how fast. Oh, this is interesting. Grade 3 was doing something similar with this, but not quite as complex. So we're kind of on the same page right now. So you just start with how. That doesn't change. Your question word still comes first, but then you have to add in that adjective or adverb. And then in your answer, you generally have that adjective or adverb in the question as well. I'm 145 centimeters tall if someone asks, how tall are you? You could just say 145 centimeters, but in most of these, they'll give you that extra in the answer, so it helps you figure out the question or vice versa. Now, it's not wrong to not use the adjective or adverb in your answer, but it's just like to make it a complete full sentence rather than just saying 145 centimeters. But there's nothing wrong with that when you're just talking with someone. All right, so now you're going to do some of that in the next part. In A, you need to match the questions with the correct answers. Just draw a line there. B, complete the dialogue. So you have, they've already given you the how. You need to figure out what the adjective or adverb is, and you can use any of these. Okay, you'll figure it out by looking at the answer. So like I said before, they're going to give you that extra information so you know what your adjective is over here in the question. Okay, now we're going to get some more practice with the first box and the second box here. Complete the dialogues with question words. So like before, which one of those WHs or hows goes in here? You'll figure that out by looking at your answer. Now look at the underlined words and complete the dialogues. So you have to look at the answer to figure out what kind of question you're asking. So let's do number one together. Blank, 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 blank. We don't know exactly how many words are going to go in there. To school. I go to school by bus. So they're telling us a method, right? So which one of my question words would go in there? What do you go to school? Where do you go to school? You got it by now. How? It's a method. But this time you have to write a little more. You can't just write the question word. You need to fill in the rest. How do you go to school? You'll also have to pay attention to the subject and the answer. So I knew I need to write, how do you go to school? Because in my answer, it says I. This one's also I, but then they changed down here. He, they, and she. So if I'm not saying, how do you go? If the subject is not you, it's something else. Do you guys remember what I say instead of do? I wouldn't say, how do she go? You know, if not, I'll help you out. How does she go? Does for he, she, or it. If it's they, you also use do. How do they go? Yeah, you wouldn't ask, how do we go? Because if you're in the answer, you already probably know that, right? Okay, clear this, scroll a little bit. Now, these ones complete the dialogues using how. So just like up here, how plus an adjective, where'd I go? Adjective, adverb. So you need to write the how. They're all going to start with how, and then decide what your adjective, adverb is based on the answer. And last one, grammar for writing. Oh, this is a little different than usual, but you have some questions and answers. Fun facts about animals. So you need to figure out what the question is asking based on the answer. Okay, last one. Fun facts about cockroaches. So we have questions and answers again, but there are 10 things. Oh, there are not 10 things underlined. There's just 5 things underlined. So you already know they're the mistakes. You don't have to pick them out. You just need to fix them. So write the numbers down here and fix that underlined part too. So number one, why do they live? They live everywhere on Earth, but they like warm places the most. Why is not the correct question word? You need to figure out what the correct question word is and switch it. All right. So hopefully today was mostly a review, just good practice with those information questions. Not anything too new for most, if not all of you, I believe at least. So you guys can work through those and then jump to your next. video.